This week on A Tale of Two Geeks, we are going to be talking about the power. And by that, we basically mean like the ultimate power, the one that Harry and I have been lazily talking about for 2 years now or whatever. Anyway, so before we get to that, first, this is our friend Bob, who is going to be a guest on this episode. Bob, do you do anything like geeky where they can like follow you or whatevs?
Oh no, I'm the hermit in the laboratory. Like that's my
senior lab. It's quite impressive.
Yeah, so I dabble in a lot of things. I build synthesizers. I'm into microscopy. I do 3D printing.
You're into what?
Microscopy, microscopes.
Oh, okay.
Looking at the small world.
It's a small world after all.
Yes.
Sorry.
And I'm also really into that stuff too, the space and the whatnot, and the science and the physics.
Oh, real quick, real rant. Did you see the article where they think they have broken the light speed?
Yes, I did.
That is fucking, oh my god.
Yeah.
I was like, ching! And Einstein's going, tell me more.
Yeah. It's a physical speed limit, but not a conceptual one. You know, and have I ever told you about the speed of dark?
Yes, no, I went down that rabbit hole with you, Bob.
Look it up. Look up speed of dark on YouTube.
And I'm like, huh?
Yeah. That's a mind blower.
Yes. All right, but also...
So, before we get really deep into what we're going to be talking about today, Harry, with our sponsors.
As always, it is codeauthors.com for all your website, e-commerce, and app development needs. Head over to codeauthors.com and enter in the promo code, the number 2, followed by the word geeks, and you'll get 15% off of any service that you need. So head over to codeauthors.com today. Back to you, Brandy.
You would fucking throw it back to me. Why did I take a drink? Anyway, so, the ultimate power is basically like you have the power to make whatever you can imagine real. So it's basically the powers that you get from the Infinity Gauntlet, in the sense that like you kind of have ultimate control over everything with the Infinity Gauntlet. So whatever you imagined, you could make real. So
real quick though, this is our 100th episode.
Oh, yeah, totally forgot. Fucking like buried the lead. Yeah, this is also our 100th.
She's pretty.
This is also our 100th episode. You did get to announce it. Congratulations. My stupidity, whatever.
Mazel tits.
So, let's start with what would you do if you had the power, Rob? Like, if you had the power, you could do anything.
Hang on, let's do this right.
You wanted.
The gauntlet is yours.
Well.
All right, Bobby.
Well, let's see. I mean, there's so many. Where do you start? A good starting place I would like is, I would like to be able to step outside of the universe, rewind it to the beginning, see, and just know why.
Where it all began.
Like that first. It's my first thing. Just why? Just why? What's up with this thing? What's going on here? What's going on? What's with this thing?
I mean, I can dig it.
If it's
but I don't think it's a concept.
I think I would find out.
Yes.
I think I would at least find out.
I think you'd be like, why? And I'd be like,
If I just blink out of existence, and that's it. I ask the question that just can't be, just,
No, there's no quantifiable answer to it.
That's one. I like, I also, bringing it down a little bit to, those, using it on people to affect your reality. Maybe, I would like, everyone on Earth all at the same time have instant omni-empathy.
Ooh.
Every person.
I like that one.
All at once. All at once. And it's just like Christmas morning for everybody. It's like, we all understand everybody's perspective all of a sudden, and it's okay.
But does that branch out to just humans, or is that animals as well?
Ooh.
Like, does your empathy pass on to, like, a dog and, like, lions and beef? Because essentially, you're going to be turning people into vegans.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, that's...
But do you limit the empathy to just, you know, what we consider sentient creatures and not just, like, plant life, too? Because, I mean, as kooky as he was...
it seemed like a good idea on paper. It actually...
Who was that dude that started Scientology?
Fuck.
Brain fart.
Dianetics by
Yes.
L. Ron Hubbard.
L. Ron Hubbard. He did a study to see if plants could feel pain, and he did it on tomatoes, and he like found a signal. And there is some science that says when you cut grass, that smell that you're smelling, that is letting the other grass know, like, hey, danger, Will Robinson, danger. So, like, that empathy, man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna need to see more scientific evidence that plants feel pain before I decide to live on air alone.
I think plants feel pain.
Well, that's
another question to answer.
What is pain?
I'm saying, like, before I live on air alone. Because if I can't eat animals, because I have empathy with all the animals, and I can't eat plants, because I have empathy for the motherfucking plants, I'm gonna fucking die. I want to die.
Alright, Bob, what else you got?
Well, you better hope. You better go to invincibility after all of that. Like, I mean, if you undo existence accidentally with something that looked good, like empathy.
Sorry to just throw that wrench right in there.
Everyone's just dropping like flies from malnourishment. And it's like, well, okay, so I started the apocalypse trying to save the world. That's cool. I'm going to undo that one first.
Best laid plans, man. Best laid plans.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Dipping in and out of time.
Brandy and I have talked a lot about this one, going to like
observer only.
Oh yeah. Well, kind of interacting.
No, I would. There are certain times, and I'll wait till it's my turn.
You
There are certain
want
things
grandfather paradox?
Yeah.
Try it out.
Yeah.
Well, see, that's just it, though. If you have that, you don't have to create that paradox. You can slip in and out without creating a paradox.
You be slipping in and out.
You can, like, imagine for a moment, like, you can be like, okay, Pocket Universe, what happens if I do this? And then see if that, like, okay, so that seems to work out, or that seemed to fail, so let me, like, tweak it a little bit what happens now.
Well, you don't even have to create a Pocket Universe.
Well,
you can just think about it for a second.
That gets into have you ever heard of the anthropic principle?
Explain.
The anthropic principle is, that's a good rabbit hole to go down to as well. The anthropic principle is the concept that the universe and all the physical laws are tuned to support human life, consciousness as we know it.
Right.
In other words, the universe would not exist without these certain constants being in place, and that's true. Some of these constants can only be tweaked just a nudge, and the whole thing unravels. But the anthropic principle states that that the universe is fine-tuned for human existence, and there's schools of people that are like totally buy into that, and they use it in a kind of a atheist. Agnostic, theist debates, and then there's others that don't abide by that and state things like the cosmological constant being what it is, and so on, and that.
I mean, I can see it as a concept, but I think it's kind of arrogant.
It's extremely arrogant. I'm glad you said that.
It is.
How that we would think the entire universe, all these constants, is like, no, what it is that all these constants, if you put them on a graph, right, and you plotted them out on a graph, like you have the gravitational constant, you have Planck's constant, and these are all things that govern the maximum and minimums of nature, like and energy and our particles and all that kind of thing that holds it all together. What was I going with that? I got lost. I had a brain fart.
Constants, we as arrogants think that the universe is tied to us.
What it actually is if you start tweaking any of these, it's just that we're in a window, in a specific place and time, an area in the universe, in a very, 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 very small area of the universe, I might add, where the conditions were just right.
Yeah.
For us to pop up here, in this place.
Yeah, that's now, if this room is the universe, at the tip of my finger that you can't see even with a fucking microscope is where we exist.
And that's not to say that any kind of other possibly sentient life or whatever that means, that's a whole other debate. Couldn't have cropped up at some other times and places in the universe, and it's just different from what we.
And see, with this little bad boy, I would be going to visit them.
Gathering an army. I see where you're going. Opening a portal.
No.
Bringing it back in.
No.
So wait a minute. I just want to point out that one of the reasons that we wanted you on this episode is all that fucking math that you just used.
All that fucking science that you just
Because all of those
vomited out.
All of those constants are highly, like, that's fucking high goddamn math. That's what that is.
Right. So where else you want to go?
I can't do that math.
Your little moments in history, where would you visit?
Oh, wow. So.
Obviously, you done said at the beginning of time.
Yeah,
Where it all began.
yeah. I want to know, if we're going to go kind of in a linear timeline, I want to know, did the moon come from Earth? Was something knocked into Earth that created the moon, or was the moon a separate thing that just got caught?
There is different schools of thoughts.
I want to know that. I want to know, I want to see the
the
formation of Mars, because that's some interesting stuff there, and I want to know, because there's a theory that the moon came from Mars, and that's why Deimos and Phobos got caught up in Mars's orbit, but the moon got captured in ours, because it got knocked off, and that it was actually once this really giant rock planet.
Well, also, like they also say that Mars sits in the Goldilocks zone, and that at some point in time it should have been able to.
We know, like, if you go back, you can. Well, the cool thing about math, and the cool thing about knowing and experimenting a lot with our world around us is that we can rewind things and on paper and with computer models. And we can rewind trajectories, and we can rewind orbits, and we can kind of look and see, like, what was the shifts, like, possibly.
Yes, because we don't spin in a perfect circle.
Now that's within a margin of error, and a lot of that's conjecture too, based on what we know. Other things. That's not foreseeing variables like a comet could have just shown up and and that influenced the gravity just a nudge of something else, and that nudge turns into a lot. A billion years later,
flap of butterfly's wings.
It's amazing how, like, I mean, the math on that would be, like, so, like, infinitesimal, right? To, like, you can have, like, infinitesimal, like a small degree of change could make a huge change later.
Yeah.
I know I'm going to get this wrong or screwed up, but it also could be, the number of a woman that you met at a party. During a Halloween costume party that, was later named Trisha McMillan, who went by,
That gave me an nerdgasm, I'm not gonna lie, because,
42, baby. 42.
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Like, this is why I'm not gonna divorce the man today.
Alright.
Don't forget your towel.
Obviously. But culturally speaking, though, where would you go?
Culturally speaking, alright, oh man, I mean, so many, Mesopotamia, ancient Mesopotamia, see the cradle of civilization, Zoroastrianism and all that weirdness, where that all began.
Where did the concept of, come in?
Yeah, that's where the Abrahamic religions were born, was in current day Iran, relevance, and that's, Zoroastrianism was like the first, I think that's the first monotheistic, documented monotheistic religion that we have in the oldest. And it has all the ingredients that all the other ones do. It has the Messiah, and it has the flood, and it has the creation in the garden, and it's got twisted a little bit as it's sprinkled out in the oral histories. But I like to see that. I mean, I'd like to confirm. Obviously, was who's right, who's wrong. Was there Jesus? What was he like? Did it happen? Did it go down like that?
Was he black? I'm saying he's black.
Because,
I mean, from where he was from.
All signs point to the point that Jesus was a brother.
All signs point to black. Or at least very, very, very dark brown.
Yeah, well, he was the tribes of David, and all that was out of Ethiopia.
Yes.
So.
Not sure how you make that into a blonde-haired, blue-eyed white guy.
It says it in the thing. It says it actually in all the things. It talks about a lot. It gives, whatever fits your worldview. That's cool.
Harry, what would you do with the power?
Yeah. Take me on the spot.
Okay.
I would just like to point out the puppies are not eating and we're videoing.
Well, I got the gates closed.
Oh, that's why. Because the puppies
So
always
obviously, I
aggressive.
would go back to the beginning of time to see how it all began, how the Big Bang, and see if it actually is a multiverse, and to see if there's a parallel universe, and see if our speck of the verse is just a speck of the verse, and there's other verses popping off all over the place, or if this is just it.
Is there a Barry with no beard?
Yeah.
Like a Rob that's normie.
I would do that.
That's kind of frightening to think about.
And obviously, the first thing I would do is make myself indestructible. Just plain and simple. No.
Immortal.
Yeah, I don't have to eat. I don't have to. I can breathe in space because I'm going to be doing some shit. Like I'm going to be swimming in the lakes of, Venus.
Yeah.
The methane lakes, and be like, hey, check this out.
Dr.
I'm
Man,
in Venus.
Dr. Man, your way across the solar system.
Yeah. And then as far as obviously I would hang out on Earth for a little bit just to get, the little experiences that I need. I would make certain things in human behavior obsolete. Like, this whole messing with kids, that's just gotta go. No, that's just gotta go.
I think
Fuck
every
that.
person with a fucking conscience agrees on that one.
I wouldn't fuck with humanity too much after that because
It'd be really convenient. Like, I would be okay.
I think it would be boring as fuck if you did away with all the negativity.
Oh, yeah, absolutely would.
Let's hold that thought till later, because you know some things that I'm going to say.
Yes,
That's plumbing. You got to have tensions build up here and there for progress to happen. And
Without the dark, you can't have light kind of concept.
But it would be really convenient to kind of just snap away some of our more not so cool primal nonsense.
The shit that you want to fuck with kids.
Can we stop being animals now? Can we just accept that we've evolved?
And the needless cruelty.
Yeah.
Like the videos that you see of the kids just chucking puppies in the fucking rivers.
Or that thing,
Give it
like
a
the
shit.
new thing that I just heard about, where like apparently it's, and I'm gonna put in quotation marks because I don't think this is normal, a sexual fetish to crush animals. Have you
That
seen-
is not a fucking sexual fetish.
No.
No, people are calling that like this is a sexual
no for me,
fetish, and I'm like, no, that's goddamn animal cruelty,
That's
and
a
I
nope,
will
and that
fucking
shit's
murder
gotta
you.
go.
What the fuck? There are videos of people like crushing kittens and shit.
No, that shit's gotta go.
I
right there.
accidentally watched one because someone was like, "Did you know this was a thing?" And then I watched it. I was like, "Oh my god!"
I ain't trying to king shame and all, but
I'm kink shaming.
Normally I don't fucking kink shame.
that's not a kink.
That's not a kink. If you are
Right.
hurting someone against their will or a thing against their will, that's not a fucking legitimate kink.
No, that is
The more you know.
that is one of the things I would get rid of. And then, once I figured out and sat down for a second and said, hey, all right, so if I just got rid of violence, how would the world end? React, and would it just be this boring fucking mass? Because I do want humanity to continue and grow and prosper and be imaginative, beautiful, discovering people that we are.
Right.
Obviously, I'm going to step away from that once I get bored, but I'm going to let them fucking continue. In the meantime, though, I'm going to gather a group of friends and we're going to go fucking time tripping. We're going to go to fucking Woodstock. We're going to experience that whole fucking thing. We're going to go to the Renaissance era and experience that whole fucking thing. I'm going to shake hands with the fucking first pope. I'm going to party with Hendrix.
Stink pong, first pope.
Fuck yeah!
Yeah. Okay.
I am going to do the whole fucking kit. I'm going to take a fucking group of us with me, and I'm just going to be like, all right, so here's the deal. I'm probably going to wipe your memory once we're done, but y'all are about to have a fucking fuck ton of fun.
Also, let that be a call out in case he ever gets this power. You kind of want to be his friend now.
I'm going to be like the doctor, but drinking a lot.
Okay.
Harry,
And I'm going to cure your alcoholism once we're done.
Oh, yeah, that's one. Oh, if you could just insta-sober.
Oh my god.
If you could insta-sober at any time.
It's like,
oh my god, I would be so irresponsible with that.
Right.
dude,
Right.
imagine that. All right, so
That's
I'm like, all
fine.
right.
It's fine. I told you, man. I'm cool.
So, imagine that though. Drugs would be fucking. I'm like, all right, so what's the big deal on meth?
You could go right
Holy
up.
fuck! Nope, that's done.
Yeah, you could go right up to the edge, man.
Acid.
See,
I like this. I'm going to keep this.
One joke over the line.
I would use that.
And then once I got bored with humanity, I definitely would surf the cosmos and the universe. And I used to think that I would just like let myself absorb all the knowledge of the universe all at once.
That's pretty cool.
But I think that would be kind of boring.
Mm.
You know, like,
Then
oh,
if you know
I know it
everything,
all.
what else is there
Then
to
what the
learn?
fuck is there to discover?
That's God Emperor.
Well, but
God Emperor Doom.
there's
Kind of.
there's different levels of knowledge though, so you can like know everything, like theoretically, but not know everything practically, and then still want to go out and gain that practical knowledge.
Yeah, you would have, if you could be omniscient, you could experience everything.
I mean, I would definitely, you know, I'd be like, so I'd sit there and be like, okay, so what other intelligent life forms on this level are there out there in the universe? Oh, okay, there's this many? Which one's the closest? That one? I'm coming at you. And obviously I would change form so I wouldn't spook and be like, oh my god, what the fuck is this?
Oh, look, they look just like us. Who knew? Crazy.
Oh my god, they're not little and green.
I'd show up and be like, okay, change.
They don't look like they were from the X-Files.
Be like, what the fuck? Kirk had it right the whole time!
Dude,
This one just has green fucking hair!
to me, a Klingon would be kind of awesome.
Then yeah, I would, you know, well, and I also would think about what would it be like for humanity to enter in that, you know, quote unquote federation.
Mm-hmm.
Like, all right, are we ready? We
Maybe
are.
not.
And then I would set, you know, under. So, I mean, this is just me. I would set everybody under the age of 40 to be not religious.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'd do away with that nonsense. I'd be like, all right, so this has caused way too much. You know what?
Okay,
You're done.
so
I feel that'd be a good power right there. There's no more I wonder. Everything's real. You instantly know what's real and what's bullshit. All right, that's it. It's a bullshit detector, a foolproof bullshit detector. Anyone comes up to you and is like, "Hey, have you heard about?" Nope, it's bullshit. All right, no, get out. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, the I wonder gives away to the, you know, because a lot of the I wonders, they never finished the I wonders because something else came along that they were looking at and they were like, holy fuck, whoo, and they veered off that way.
much like Iron Man, I stole the goddamn gauntlet. So it is now my turn. What would I do with the power? Let me just first say, I would do a lot more than either of these two. Because I would totally
finish.
No. Fuck you, you took too long. I would do, like, I would search the cosmos, and I would go back in time and experience, like, all the things that I think are cool. Like, and that list is way too long to recite. But
I mean, the same
everything,
yes.
like, I want to meet, like, the very first queen in her own right of England. Because that's fucking amazing. Even if she was a murderous bitch who got the nickname Bloody Mary.
Are you talking about Bathra?
No, of England.
Oh, what the fuck was her name?
Mary.
Oh, Queen Mary. Oh yeah, Bloody Mary. Duh.
She was Henry VIII's daughter. You need to go back to school. So,
Boo.
don't know who the first queen of England was. God. This is why we're getting divorced. Like earlier I was going to say marry to you because you...
I just did something and solved that and... Oops, never mind.
You were jacking off towards the Infinity Gauntlet. I could kill you with this. With a snap on my fingers, bitch.
That doesn't snap. I tried.
2 snaps.
Oh.
2 snaps and a round word.
And a twist.
No, so I would do that. Like, I would explore the cosmos. I want to know, we are such a tiny fraction of what is in the universe. Mathematically, there has to be something out there. Whether or not that's intelligent is a totally different story. I want to find out, right? Because, like, I love math, and mathematically speaking, there has to be something out there. But, yeah. So I want to know that, and then I also want to obviously go through time and experience all the cool shit. I would look up Elizabeth Bathory just because I want to know if she was like crazy or just evil.
You can find out who the Zodiac Killer is.
I so want to know who the Zodiac Killer is.
Know where Jimmy Hoffa is.
Know where fucking Jimmy Hoffa is.
I've watched so many
Kill John
documentaries. Dude,
So many questions.
Wait, back to the Zodiac. I've watched so many goddamn documentaries because I'm obsessed with serial killers like every basic white bitch. And oh my god.
It's facts.
So, but think about it though. You can go back and find
Yeah,
out who the
hold
fuck
on.
Jack the Ripper was.
No. But I watched so many. I've also watched a lot of documentaries claiming to know who Jack the Ripper was. But that's a little harder because that was further like back in time. But I watched so many documentaries. I'm like, this we found out who the Zodiac Killer is. And then I watch it and they don't know.
Because they'll never fucking know.
No.
Oh, yeah.
They finally broke one of his ciphers that they hadn't been able to break for like since the case began in the fucking 70s. But it didn't help them figure out who the goddamn Zodiac was. I mean, he is an evil genius, but he's a goddamn genius. Or the luckiest bastard in the world. He's really good at cryptography. Oh my god. So I want to do all of that. I would also do a lot of favors for my friends, because I'm that kind of person. That's why I'm a fucking life coach. Because I like helping people.
I would help some motherfuckers out.
Like,
God damn. I'd be helping out humanity.
No, I would help out humanity, but I'm not gonna lie. Like, there's some favoritism in that. Like, my friends would never have to worry about anything ever again, because, like, I love those puppies. I also love those puppies. My friends aren't dogs.
It's a dog pound.
But you know, like, I mean...
Alright, no. What would you do with... What would you do for Bobby?
I don't know. Like, they're
What would you want, Bob?
Hold on.
No, we don't need much.
They're already relatively financially secure. I mean...
Yes, but...
I don't know if you've met Becca, but, like, financial security is kind of her thing.
Yeah, take a little bit. Put a little on it. You can put a little on it.
I mean,
you can always put a little on.
Do you have a mortgage? I'll pay off that house.
Yeah, we have a
with
mortgage.
a snap.
There you go.
There you go.
Done. I can roll with that. I can build an empire.
No mortgage,
I
no
know
car
that.
payments, nothing.
Yeah.
Like,
Credit card debt's
whatever debt you have would automatically
You're
be
good,
wiped
yeah.
out.
No.
But hold on. Whatever debt you have would automatically be wiped out, including, like, student debt. I don't know if you guys have any, but that's a bitch.
Literally not.
Such frivolous.
Really? Becca doesn't have any?
No.
That lucky bitch.
She didn't do a full term. Full college.
I thought she had a degree.
Hey, whoa, two person.
Oh, sorry. I got lost there. Like, I thought she actually had a bachelor's.
No.
Anyway, so, like, I would do that, obviously, pay off any, like, anything that you guys are owed. Or that you owe, I said that backwards. But, like, I wouldn't, like, I mean, y'all don't really need more money.
No, well, also, you know what they need?
No.
A lifetime without cancer.
No, like, I would totally do that. Like, they would never get sick. They die when they want to die.
I mean,
If you
good
wanna
health.
die-
Unlimited weed.
Unlimited fucking weed.
Unlimited weed. Like,
Unlimited wine for backup.
with the snap.
With the snap.
No,
with
with
the
the
ability
snap
to,
of
like, you know
my
what?
Bear with me. You snap away all the reasons I have to smoke weed.
Also, y'all do that. I'll just
That's my power.
Boom. Boom.
Childhood trauma resolved.
So that actually brings me to childhood trauma resolved. That brings me to my other thing. Like, I would go back in my own history and change a bunch of shit.
Oh yeah, no, that'd be definitely a wormhole to. Well, imagine
Revenge
that.
is a dish best served cold.
Well, no, hang on.
Yeah, like, no, it wouldn't be revenge. Shit just wouldn't fucking happen.
Oh yeah, that's
Just
better.
imagine if you could, start from the beginning with
Yeah,
that
probably
with
not.
the ability,
Yeah,
and just be
probably
like,
not.
all right, you know what? Instead of this happening, no, let's make this happen instead. You cunt. So yeah,
But I would preserve, like, I would take away all of my friends' bad histories, but preserve their personality. Like, any parts of it that they want to keep. Because I know that, like, sometimes trauma shapes you. I would want to keep my personality. But I would change a lot of bad shit that happened in the past. I would also make it to where you cannot rape a person. You cannot hurt a child. Like, I would go so above and beyond in, like, the whole nanny god thing. Like, I would be a nanny god. Because I would make sure you guys could not do some shit that would hurt other people.
Off the plant. There you
Yeah.
You can't hurt people.
Fuck off.
Out of existence.
Like,
Sorry.
you couldn't hurt people, and you couldn't hurt animals. Like,
So-
across the fucking
Now-
board.
Now, the question is would you do that, just like pop a fucking thought into somebody's brain and it affects everybody? Or, like you see, you pull the instance where somebody is raping somebody. Hang on, let me finish. You pull this instance and you make the entirety of humanity see it, and then you take that rapist and you're just like cause a whole bunch of pain and suffering to that person, and everybody's like, "Holy fuck! If I do that, that's what's gonna happen to me."
No.
Would you instill that fear?
I wouldn't wait for that, and here's why. Instilling that fear means someone had to get raped. And her rape...
No.
No. Her rape isn't worth it.
She didn't have to get raped, or he didn't have to get raped. Why
Statistics.
That.
Statistics.
Let's just do that.
Statistics.
Let's just do that.
Statistics.
Statistically, that.
Statistically hurt.
Regardless.
This got very political real quick.
Regardless. Alright, so. I do agree, but at the same time,
I can see. I don't know. I'm just making away.
But at the same time, one of my favorite comic book characters is Dr. Doom.
I mean, and one of mine is Harley Quinn, and she's a fucked up person.
Yeah.
And I identify with her. But I don't care. Anyway, so I would change, I would make a lot of rules. Like, I wouldn't make it to where there was, well, that's not true.
Alright, so what would we do, mein Führer?
I would make, fuck you, I'm not Hitler, I'm not gonna kill people.
Are you though?
Told y'all liberals want to be fascist.
I would just make it.
You're telling me you wouldn't kill anybody?
You can.
No!
Oh, the silence was too long!
No, I wouldn't kill anybody. I would just make it to where,
do it.
like, everything in the past is the goddamn past, but I would undo what I would undo what I knew about, or what someone wanted me to undo. So, like, if you don't want me to undo whatever it was that happened to you, I'm not going to undo that, right? Like, you get a choice in the matter, but I'm going to make it to where no one can commit an act of violence. I didn't say no crime, just no violence.
Well, alright, so then that's
get rid of the urge to.
That's a line.
It's a little bit of a brain.
Because, a lot of people think that, sports are violent.
But we've talked about this. No, it's only violence is, my definition of violence in this would be, you cannot hurt someone else without their consent. So, if you consent to get in the ring and box, that's fine.
What would it look like if all of a sudden everyone suddenly didn't have an amygdala?
Ooh.
No, I want to do that.
Because then there'd be no fear. If there's no fear, there's no need for violence. You're not afraid of anything.
But there's no. Without fear, there is still a need for violence for some people.
No, yes.
Because personal violence is mostly about power.
Power is about fear.
Not necessarily.
How do you wield it?
Narcissism. It's not a fear. It's just they think that they're better than the other, therefore they have a right to hurt that person. And not narcissism is in, like, narcissistic personality disorder.
Well, it's creating fear in that other person, though.
Topic for another one?
I'm not getting rid of the amygdala. The amygdala does more than just regulate fear.
I'm going to take this and put this right here because here's what I want to do at this point. Because we've gotten now to the, the realistic travels that
I would do so much, is what I'm saying. Like,
we would all do a lot of things.
No, but I don't.
Well, yeah, I mean, I would definitely, create pocket universes to see what was going on or, sit and ponder, but here's where I want to get right now. Now I want to get a little frivolous. I want to get a little silly. I want to get a little silly.
Frivolous and silly. Not you, Harry.
If you had a fictional place to create and interact with, what is your top 5? Bob, go.
Fictional places?
Yes.
Valhalla.
Okay.
Yeah, all that.
I mean, that was offensive to all people who still follow Valhalla. I have an ex-boyfriend who does.
I mean,
Yeah.
Just
heaven?
saying.
Oops.
Just saying.
All
Did you
that.
say heaven?
Yeah.
Sorry.
All that.
I wouldn't want to go to heaven.
Hyrule.
Ooh! Oh my fuck! You know nothing of Hyrule.
Middle Earth. Star Wars. Wherever that is.
It's in a galaxy far,
Yeah,
far away.
do I have to pick a certain one? A certain place there?
All right.
Old Republic Coruscant.
I love it though. Well, actually, no. Let's go back. So your first one was what was it again?
Valhalla.
Valhalla. So what would you want to be in Valhalla?
This is an observer.
Just an observer. You wouldn't want to,
You want to be Thor?
Yeah, this is.
Well, I wouldn't want to be Thor either.
I would sit there and have a
I
big
wanna
old
be great.
stein of mead and eat some big old meat and sing songs and
Sit at the table with Odin.
yeah.
All right. Now, are we talking?
That's where you
like-
can just unabashedly get all that like primal male shit out. And it's
Now,
a
are we
safe
talking
space for
like
that.
this safe Odin, where he is the Allfather instead of as the usurper
Well, I mean,
of the Allfather?
Well-
Which, as old Viking tale would tell us, that Odin was not the original Allfather. So, which Valhalla are you sitting at?
Well, I'm sitting in the one that's in the sagas.
Oh. So the one with Odin.
Yeah.
Well, even in that one, Thor's a bit of a prick.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It'd be Loki. That's fun.
Very
I would hang out. I would be my own entity in that
Yeah,
Valhalla.
like,
It's-
okay, yeah. I wouldn't be Loki, but I would, like, be Loki's best friend. Because I want to, like, follow around Loki.
Discworld.
You stole mine, you fucker.
That's fine. He stole a couple of mine. We can repeat.
That's
Keep it
because
okay.
we're awesome people.
This world is so fucking fantastic, though. Alright, so that was your 5. Alright, but your second one was, Hyrule.
Hyrule, Middle Earth.
Well, in Hyrule, what would you be? Would you travel around with Link on his adventures to try to save Zelda?
Yeah.
Because there's...
Wait, that's the land of the Legend of Zelda?
Yes. There was a meme that I
Okay.
saw the other day where they were like, name 2 people that are reincarnated every 1,000 years or so that instead of love each other, hate each other. And it's fucking Link and Ganondorf. And it's like, yeah, these 2 fuckers.
Well,
and
it's-
the meme is like, every time I see this, it's a new picture of these 2. And it's brilliant. Or Ganondorf.
Yeah.
Yes, I said Ganondorf. My bad.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, did they steal Gandalf?
No,
And
it's
then, like, just
Ganondorf.
hang in... Okay.
Is it Ganondorf? Yeah. Oh, okay. And then your third one was Middle Earth. So what side are you sitting on now?
Oh man.
Are you sitting on with Sauron and his army?
No,
Or are you sitting with Aragon?
No.
And what part of Middle Earth?
I would probably
And
be.
win in Middle Earth.
I'm most fond of the Rohirrim, the Rohan,
Oh,
and
the Knights of Rohan.
yeah, that's my speed right there.
You're going back to the days of, like, Bilbo?
We could go back even further. We could get back into Silmarillion like stuff right there. Yeah,
So you're speaking to someone
we'd
who
be chilling in Belagos.
couldn't get through the books.
Have you read J.R.?
Yeah, he's spitting shit that I've never heard of from the movies. So yeah, obviously.
I've read the books. They were hard to read.
Yeah, I went.
can't admit that.
I need a college education to read this shit.
It's very dry.
He's a linguist. He's a linguist,
Yeah.
and
It's very dry, though.
and he's a British linguist, and it's a
Which makes it very dry.
turn of the century British linguist.
Which makes it very dry.
So it reads like holy text almost, and that's what I actually love about it. Is he writes he like wrote things like and he smote his ruin upon the mountaintop. Fuck!
You know what I love? My favorite thing about Tolkien is, like, he literally created new languages just to be able to write about them. Like, and it's a language that is, you can use it.
Yeah.
It's like Klingon. Like, if you learn it, you can you can use it. You can learn his
Yep.
Elvish.
The languages came first, and then the stories came from him telling his son. his bednight stories, and then when he was writing them letters from the trenches in World War One, and then he combined all of them.
Side note,
movie
side note,
Tolkien was.
have you seen Tolkien, the movie?
No, I haven't.
Oh my god, dude, watch it. It's amazing.
Really
It's on the
good.
list. It's on the list.
Yeah, I love Tolkien.
But another shout out to Lord of the Rings. Somebody asked Henry Cavill, Harry Potter or Game of Thrones. And he went,
Lord of the Rings.
Right. that's me right there. That's
all right, so number 4 was Star Wars, and you said Old Republic.
Yeah.
So we're talking about the days of Revan and Malik, and
that's the best stuff right there.
that's my
Just
boy.
just the hype, the heyday
Where's he at? That's my boy.
for all the bullshit.
That's the first Jedi Civil War.
Yeah, the good stuff.
That's when the last of the actual Sith.
And I would
Oh. There's a button here to release that.
I was getting another wish.
It's in my face!
I don't care. Anyways.
I was standing tall in my unicorn slippers.
My wish was that I would make all the original books still be canon. You assholes.
Now they're
You
considered.
assholes!
Now they're considered not canon but legend.
Even though I thought they considered legend canon.
No. Canon is what they're saying is truly happened, and legend is what they're saying is like the legend of.
I fix it. You don't have to stand on your tiptoes anymore. It's just one finger. Saying that you're number 1.
I will say I do like the new comics, the new Star Wars comics have been really enjoyable.
I picked up a couple of the Vader ones.
The Vader ones is the best.
Yes.
It's the best line by far.
Okay.
By
Okay.
far.
Let's not get too far off topic.
And
Number
then
5.
number 5 was Discworld.
Discord.
We can't spend too much time here, Bobby, because we have to let her go. But where would you sit? Would you sit in Badass? Would you sit in Ankh-Morpork?
Yeah.
Would you? Oh, okay. Okay. You would sit in basically Match
What would you
One.
be?
This was my, oh,
No. Alright, so, are you in the Unseen University?
Yeah.
Are you... Really? You're a wizard?
Wouldn't you be a
That was
wizard?
my whole, like,
No.
that was my whole thing. That's exactly what I dreamed of when I was reading.
So,
that series.
alright.
I was totally into that stuff.
Apparently I should read it.
No,
He says it's
fantastic.
amazing.
Oh, no, they're brilliant, because wizards are just old,
But the movies
lazy, arrogant scholars that
The
just, they
movies
know
are
everything,
shit.
but they're like, fuck it.
The movies are shit, except for the live action. Which apparently is
Yes. The cartoons, I mean, unless you read the books, the cartoons are a bit rubbish, as they would say. The live action ones, like Going Postal, it's fucking fantastic.
Going Postal was amazing. That was
Even though
awesome.
they left out a whole bunch of stuff.
I want to
um,
read that now.
The Hogfather is
We need to
also a
watch
good
that.
one. The Hogfather? I haven't showed you that one?
No, it's on Amazon. We've been
Oh
meaning
my
to watch
god,
it.
that's a good one. I'm still waiting for the We Free Men.
We're supposed to watch the
Which
Hogfather
Tiffany
over
Agent?
Christmas.
That whole the chalk with the fucking they're not actually called the We Free Men. What's the little blue men? The little Scottish bastards that are blue with red hair. Well, actually, they're not blue. It's just tattoos all over them. They just
I
wear.
am
they're about
ashamed
this
of
fucking tall.
both of you for not being so into your thing. You're bad geeks when it
It's
comes
been a
to Fred
long
Redmond.
time since I read my thing.
He talks about his thing all the fucking time. Not that thing, also that thing, but not that thing.
I have a lot of things. That's the
Anyways.
thing. I have a lot of things. That's the thing.
Basically, they think when they died, they think they died and came to heaven because they steal everything that isn't nailed down. And if it is nailed down, just give them a second. And they're like this fucking tall. They're like 3 inches fucking tall. They're strong as fuck. And they speak in Scottish. And when the first book came out, there was a lot of parents because they come from a children's series. With the Tiffany Aching series, and a lot of parents went, can you make it so the little blue man don't cuss so much? And they're like, what are you talking about? And they're like, when they say buggery and a whole bunch of other stuff and bullocks and...
Yeah, we but
Yeah.
fuck.
Yeah,
That's cursing.
well, I mean, They don't
Oh
say
my God.
fuck in those series, but they do,
Yeah.
you know, say
Hold
like
on.
the British version of cuss words, and
Side
they're
note.
like, so my child is running around and be like, bloody bollocks, and I gotta.
Side note. That reminds me of something totally interesting that I want to get on camera. So, when I was a teenager, I worked at a grocery store, and there was a woman who worked there who was married to a man from England. He convinced her that England had no slang. So she argued with me that England had no slang because
Oh, what?
because it was English and we stole English. We Americans stole English. Not that we were born originally from England. We stole English. That they didn't have slang. And then I asked her once, I was like, so when someone says, give me that bloody pad, they actually mean a bloody pad, not like fucking pad, which is really what they're saying. And she was like, I don't know, I'll have to ask my husband. And then she refused to talk about it again, which I thought was an interesting side story to the whole bollocks thing. Like, every freaking language has slang.
Imagine car bonnets.
It's like a fucking
Every-
saying wanker is not a goddamn British slang.
She didn't understand the concept of, like, them using different words than us for the same, like, and that they weren't, like, actually what they meant. Like, bloody, she thought when someone said, like, give me that bloody pin, she didn't really think about that because she wasn't that
Someone
bright.
was just stabbing somebody with a pen, and then they
She
were
wasn't-
nonchalantly like,
She
hey, what are you
wasn't,
doing with that bloody pen? I
Yeah.
would like to see that.
she wasn't that bright, so I kind of blame her husband for, like, kind of, you know.
Alright.
But anyway, that was an interesting
So
subject.
you would be a wizard and knock marble.
Aye.
It's kind of cool.
Okay.
It's right up my alley. That's what I'm kind of going for right now. Anyway,
Alright.
just don't have a beard, unfortunately. More like a Radagast.
Oh, you grow a beard.
Oh, no, you're like the...
Radagast Brown.
Grow a beard.
No, he's like that one. No. God damn it.
I mean,
Give me a second.
it would be weird because you're like, you have iconic
No,
chops.
I know.
I used to have a beard. Like 10 years ago, I had a beard down to here.
Yeah, I didn't
But
know you
longer
then.
hairs even.
That
But
doesn't
it's-
count.
No, it doesn't. Then this is no.
Yeah, I didn't know you then, so it doesn't count. But you do have like iconic chops.
Yeah, well, these are really.
I mean,
These are-
they're
these
getting
are-
a little weak
They're
these
tame.
days.
They're tame. They're tame. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm holding back. Holding back.
But
They
your
were-
chops,
they were
like
pretty.
you would look weird to me without them.
I do look weird without the chops. I always have them. I think I've always had chops since I was like 13.
When was it that I met you and I was like, "Are you that racist guy?" Like, you're that racist guy. And then
Well,
Becca was like,
I'm
no.
white, so I'm inherently racist. If
Becca
that's
was
what you
like,
mean.
nope, not. Because then you kept talking, and I was like, you don't seem racist.
No,
And then I think it was Becca, but someone was like, yeah, no, he's not the person you're thinking of.
no. Try not to be racist as much as I can help it.
And I was like, all right.
Trying to be a helper and ally.
I try to be. I do ask a lot of black questions because I don't understand the black experience because I'm not black.
I grew up around the experience, but didn't get to experience it because I'm white, obviously. But
There was, like,
I
one-
orbited it very closely.
There was one black family in my school,
Mm-hmm.
and they were basically all thought to be bad people.
Oh, yeah, that's
Like,
unfortunate.
They don't seem to be bad people. They didn't really seem to be bad people then. I didn't really talk to them, but that was because I didn't talk to anybody. I was antisocial.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there was also one Puerto Rican family that everyone called, like, Mexican behind their back.
No.
That's where
Alright,
I grew up.
So, alright, so 5 places.
Racism is bad, people.
5 places.
I mean, I think the first one would be, like, Harry Potter. Like, I would love to grow up.
Mhm.
Like, I would love to be able to experience the world that is Harry Potter.
What's that goddamn scientist in Discworld? He's the wizard that goes with science and evolution and stuff like that.
So yeah, like,
His goddamn name.
we're not talking about you right now, Harry. We're talking about me.
Yeah, I know.
So first, Harry Potter, because I fucking love Harry Potter, and I would love to grow up in Harry Potter. Like, I would love to be able to experience what it's like to go to Hogwarts. Like, I'm still waiting on my Hogwarts letter.
That'd be very cool.
How old am I? 37. I'm 37 and I'm still waiting on my Hogwarts letter. Damn it. It's like 20 some odd years
Waiting
late.
for that owl.
But, so that would be number one. And I would want to go during, like, I want to go during a few times. Like, I want to go back in the time of, like, Voldemort and go, because I want to be there while Voldemort becomes Voldemort, right? Like, I want to see Tom Riddle become Voldemort. But also, I want to go back in time and be like, I want to go back and be, like, friends with Harry Potter. I want to be the fourth in that group. What?
Ponder Stibbins.
Yeah.
What?
You and him would be
Ponder.
You and him would
This
be
is a great
fucking
name.
brilliant together.
Ponder is such a great idea.
He created the computer.
Mm.
Anyways.
The second is Middle Earth because, dude, hello, like, I mean, if you haven't read Tolkien, that's okay, I'm gonna forgive you because it is kind of a hard read, but have you seen The Lord of the Rings? Like, have you seen The Hobbit? That is such, and before there was The Hobbit, the live action, there was The Hobbit, which was a little cartoon movie that we had.
Oh, yeah.
And
So amazing.
I mean, fuck yeah, man. Like, that was my childhood right there. Fucking, I mean,
Because
That was some shit.
that cartoon actually got a lot of shit right
Good
from the
stuff.
books.
Yeah,
it really
fair
did.
amount. It did justice to it. It was. Have you watched it recently? It's a fun one nowadays because it's like whoa, ha, ha. But it's still very enjoyable. Still very entertaining. It's
Hey,
just,
I mean-
I have a hard time watching the shit that I loved as a kid.
there's a lot more songs in it than I remember it having. A lot more.
Harry and I tried to watch, what was it?
Fuck you.
Harry and
I already know what it is. Alright, so I asked her
The
if she had
Never-Ending
watched.
Story.
Yes.
So I had watched The Never-Ending Story
Love it.
as a child.
Yep.
Loved it as a kid.
Yep.
No,
Watched it as
no,
no. I did
You
like it.
said when you were a
I
kid,
did.
you don't remember whether or not you watched
I
it.
mean, it's a never-ending fucking story. I remembered it, therefore I must have loved it. 'Cause
It
I
never
could've-
ended.
But, which is not like the never-ending song, the song that never ends, which is kind of annoying at my age now. Fuck you if you sing that in front of me. It gets it's the
Regardless,
ultimate
it's
fucking
not.
earworm. Anyway, so don't even regardless me. Don't rush me along. This is my podcast too.
Misunderestimated her.
You mansplainer. I don't care. It's our 100th episode. So no. We tried to watch The Never-Ending Story, and like it was great as a kid. Sucks as an adult.
Oh, I don't lie. I still love it.
No, it's
I
a
still
fucking
love it.
no. That sadness.
It has a moment. Now,
He gets
Bastion's
through-
the worst. Bastion's the worst thing in the whole
He
movie.
gets
He's the
through the
worst.
sadness because he loves Artax. But Artax doesn't love him enough to get through the sadness?
It's a horse.
I don't care. Horses have feelings. I grew up with horses. They're very fucking emotionally
You have to
empathetic.
try.
Yeah, that whole scene,
No.
I'm like,
Fuck Artax. My first horse, Red, would have made it through that bitch for me. That horse loved me.
My biggest thing with the movie, other than Bastion being just this horribly cast, like just bad.
even though when you were a kid, you're like, that's so mean.
Oh yeah, it was totally me. It was like it's wrapped up with a blanket with the book. Like, oh yeah, it's absolutely me. It's me to a T. But the whole the very end of it, like, just say my name, Bastion. Okay, I will. And like, what the? And I had to go to Wikipedia once Wikipedia became a thing. And
Figure out what the fuck
I was
he's
like
saying.
sitting around high at like 23 and was like, oh, I can find out what he's saying now because there's an internet with all the information. And I found out.
Yeah,
It's like Moonchild.
Yeah,
or
it
some
is
shit.
Moonchild.
Fucking hippies.
Yes. Yes, because when I was a kid,
Our parents' generation made that. So,
Yeah, they did.
I remember watching that movie, and the first time I watched it, I had a He-Man sword. And the scene where the wolf, what was the wolf's name?
I can't remember.
Gorman.
Anyways,
Gore something.
Artax is sitting there talking to
Or
him,
something.
and he launches at Artax. Not Artax. Atreyu.
Yeah.
I thrusted the same time as Atreyu did,
Yeah.
and I was like, I killed the wolf with Atreyu, and my parents were like, yeah, good job, shut up, and watch the fucking movie, and I'm like, I killed the wolf! Roar! And yeah, that was why that movie was so fantastic. Because I killed the fucking wolf.
It wasn't until watching that as an adult that I got why the band Atreyu had named themselves Atreyu. And then I was like, oh, now I fucking remember.
Alright, so,
anyway, so 3.
Oh, easy.
They come from the land of the purple buffalo.
Yes.
3 would be... Oh, this is hard. There's so many. Probably Star Wars. I mean, I do fucking
time
love...
frame?
I don't know that I can pick one. I don't know that I want to go back to the Old Republic because I don't know that much about it. So I feel like I would be lost and probably killed. But
It's going to be kind of true regardless of where you're at.
so, like, I don't know.
But you got the power, so you could pop back into the Old Republic and be like, oh, okay, I don't know what the fuck's going on, but I am indestructible. What the fuck's going on here? Oh, the Sith are fucking powerful? I'm gonna be a Sith.
It would be the greatest Jedi
I am
possible.
not gonna
Right.
be. No, I'm not gonna be a Sith. I'm gonna be gray.
So you're gonna be
As fuck.
you're gonna be traveling with Revan.
I'm gonna be gray as fuck, regardless of what timeline I'm in, because there is no good without bad. Sometimes you gotta do the bad thing for the right reasons, right? Sometimes doing an evil thing brings about more good, and I can't let go of that, man. I also can't let go of emotion, which is kind of fucked up,
gives you
man.
power. Emotion gives you a lot of fucking
The
power.
Jedi want you to like not have any connections or fuck that.
Oh yeah, I would turn to the dark side in like 0.5 seconds.
I would
I
give in
Wars.
to fucking
I wouldn't-
serenity.
Oh, yeah.
That is the fucking code right
I would not go dark, but I would fucking go gray because I'd be like, no, like I'm gonna be a good person, but sometimes I'm gonna do bad shit to be a good person. Like that's just life. Fuck you. And then 4, DC Universe.
there. Really?
Yes, man.
Okay.
I want to be best friends with Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy. Like literally, that's not my life's. No, wait, that's not my number 1. Probably would be fucking DC Universe.
I didn't say put these in order of.
I'm okay, so fine. They're not in order because I would love.
Well,
Oh my god, I want to be Poison Ivy and fucking Harley Quinn's best fucking friend. I want to be like a throuple with them. Who needs a penis when you have Poison Ivy?
But there's in DC you have just more than that because they do have so many branches out like Vertigo and shit like that where you could interact with He-Man and Thundercats and Spawn
Yes.
and all
So
this.
there's a lot, but like as Harley Quinn's and Poison Ivy's BFF, like the third person in that throuple,
Since Spawn's DC.
I would
No,
be
it is
able.
Well, I think that's an offshoot of DC.
Did they
Yeah.
go back in there? Did they bring it?
Yeah.
At one point they were.
Image or DC, I think owns Image, and
What,
Marvel owns Dark Knight
Oh,
or
no.
Dark Horse.
Dark Horse? No, I think Dark Horse is their own.
Who? Wait, what do they own then?
Image
Marvel
was
owns
Jim
a
Lee.
Vertigo.
Jim Lee.
No, Vertigo is DC.
If Vertigo's DC, then I think Image is
Ooh,
Marvel.
Sandman universe.
Because somebody, like, Marvel owns a major indie. Marvel owns a major indie. So it's gotta be Vertigo or fucking... Vertigo, Dark Horse, and fucking...
What's the IDW?
Image.
IDW? Who owns that one? Was that independent?
well, that's
Totally.
IDW, I think, is owned by Image, isn't it? Isn't that
Image is
Totally not up
Independent.
on the business side here.
They are owned by anybody?
mm-mm. And
Okay.
Image is actually a Todd McFarlane. So that's where you would find your spawns and shit like that.
Mhm.
Image is also where I read
Jim Lee.
the
Todd McFarlane, Jim Lee found.
the Rough Riders saga.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, it doesn't matter who owns
Jim
what.
Lee, Rob Liefeld,
I want
Todd
to live
McFarlane.
in the DC universe just to be best friends with fucking Harley and Poison Ivy. And there are so many people within the DC universe that I want to meet, although most of them...
Even though Image does cross platforms with DC.
Most of them are villains. Right. DC is really good. I've talked about this before. DC is really good at villains, not so good at superheroes. Their heroes are boring as fuck. Like, Batman and fucking Superman are boring as fuck.
So, Kingdom Come Superman was really good.
Wonder Woman is okay.
Alright. Number 5.
Marvel Universe. And there's so much. Like, I am close, like, I feel closer to some of...
Alright. So, my 5. I am going to rank them. My number 1 is Discworld. Now,
of course, you Terry Pratchett whore.
Bobby, you went wizards. I'm going witches.
Yeah.
I want to hang out with Nanny Ogg and Granny Weatherwax and all them and sit there and delve into practical magic.
Yeah.
Not theoretical magic.
Yeah.
Even though the wizards do have theoretical magic, and they do apply it. But the witches, have you read The Shepherd's Crown?
Mm-hmm.
So you know that they have a male witch. Will you stop?
Can you make it go down?
God damn it.
You're supposed to make it go down so it doesn't block my face. Spend a lot of time on makeup on this shit.
There.
But thank you.
You happy?
Thank you.
Alright, so.
Right.
Proceed.
Now, obviously, you've read Equal Rights, which you know that there is a female wizard. Because to become a wizard, you have to be the 8th son of the 8th son to be a wizard. But in Equal Rights, the 8th son was the 8th daughter. Yeah.
Or 8th child?
The 8th child was a daughter. And Granny Weatherwax was the one that actually went, ridiculing?
Well...
This is the 8th child. And he went, son of a bitch. Alright, no. And she turned out to be one hellacious fucking wizard. She turned out to be one of the best fucking wizards. And in The Shepherd's Crown, the male witch turned out to be a fantastic witch. He was a brilliant witch, and he is the one that actually introduced the shed to all the men and badass and all the ramparts. But yeah, no, just that whole demographic and that whole attitude of the Discworld, I would love to interact with. Obviously, I would be in my number 2 would be Old Republic Star Wars. I would be I would actually be a lieutenant to Revan. I would let him lead me. I would let him, take me on the star map. We would go that adventure. We would,
Why? You have ultimate knowledge.
You want to be one of his associates.
Yeah. No, I would take a back seat on this. No, I would. No.
But you have ultimate knowledge.
It doesn't, and that's fine and everything. But I would still take a back
seat.
seat.
It's not fine. You have ultimate knowledge. You're literally smarter than anyone in the room at all times.
And
just kind of like
as the smartest person, I know to just take a back seat.
Why?
Because if I took the lead on this, the events would not happen.
So why does that matter?
Cool events.
Why does that matter? Why can't you just make a pocket universe to see what happens?
Regardless, this is my 5. Okay, you had your 5, and I allowed you to fucking have your 5.
I'm questioning your 5.
It doesn't matter.
Don't gatekeep my 5.
Yeah, don't gatekeep my 5.
You can keep the Old Republic. I'm asking, I don't think you're making the best use of the Old Republic.
Oh, no, I would. Because
I don't think you are.
Because I would come back with more and more and more knowledge for Revan, for him to be, because he would never actually be captured by malignance.
I disagree.
And I would make it so he wouldn't, suffer, the end that he suffered.
Anyway,
regardless.
In your sad sack, let me be an assistant.
Number 3, I would actually have to say Star Trek.
Ooh, that's a good choice.
That's good.
And I'm actually going to say Picard.
I do think Picard is superior.
I would love to be on that. I mean,
facts.
Can you get past Kirk overacting?
The first season of TOS is tolerable. it's
But then it's like
setting the
something's
stage.
wrong with the plane.
There's
Something.
something on the plane. There's something. That is always my take on Shatner, which is Jim Carrey being Shatner.
Right. The impression of the impression.
Yes. But Picard is
One good thing Jim Carrey
Captain, my captain. Jean-Luc Picard, Captain, my captain.
He's the best.
And obviously people have their own Star Trek captains.
Captain, my captain is actually a poem. But anyway, go ahead.
They have Jane. What was her name? The female captain.
Janeway.
And then there's Cicero or Cisco. And then but no,
You go to Picard time.
Mine is Picard.
That's a good time.
I don't
He's a fucking wizard because he doesn't fucking age.
I don't
Have
know.
you, yeah.
What my position on his Enterprise would be, though.
Take over fucking Wesley. Be Wesley.
Science engineers, a lot of pressure.
I think I would mold Wesley a little better to not be such a whiny little turd.
Hey, you leave Will Wheaton alone.
No, I'm not. I have nothing against Will Wheaton. Will Wheaton.
Hey, Will Wheaton made the Wheaton rule, which I think that we all abide by.
Yes.
Don't be a dick.
Don't be a dick.
Yes. So my number 4 would be actually Game of Thrones. Well, no. Actually, no. I take that back. That's gonna be my number 5. My number 4. Ooh, this is a toss-up.
Between?
I hate myself for thinking this, and I wish I would. Actually, no. I know what my number 5 is going to be. It's not going to be Game of Thrones. I'm going to toss that one out. My number 4 is going to be Middle Earth.
I mean, obviously, everyone should put Middle Earth on their top 5.
And that's everything.
And
It's Middle Earth.
I would
it's
definitely.
What introduced us to sword and fucking sorcery.
No, fuck that. No. I just remembered something that I would put above.
You didn't read Tolkien.
Above Tolkien.
What?
Somebody who I did read.
Because you didn't read Tolkien.
Lovecraft.
Yes, alright. I'm gonna let that one go.
You're gonna go there?
Lovecraft is
I'm gonna go there.
fucking...
You want
Lovecraft
elder gods coming up? Okay.
Do you want to live in a land of elder gods?
I
Do you
do.
want to live where Cthulhu is real?
Yeah!
Just to be like,
Dagon.
yeah, that's terrifying.
You want to live where Dagon's a real fucking thing.
Yep.
The aeons torn.
Why?
5,000 years of pain and suffering.
Why? Why?
Just so I can look at him and go, fuck you. You big winged squid-looking fucker.
Cthulhu?
Fuck you.
You're on to Cthulhu.
Yeah, I'm indestructible.
I like you better fried.
Right? Calamari-looking motherfucker. Please
No!
Yeah, it's just gonna shred your existence.
Yeah,
That's
I
what it
know.
does.
I mean-
No! You can't fuck up fucking Lovecraft by going into Lovecraft and basically looking at Cthulhu and saying, fuck you.
Well, obviously I wouldn't do that, but I would, look at Cthulhu and be like, we gonna be best friends.
Why? It's Cthulhu!
Yeah, it's Cthulhu! Have you not seen that fucking episode of South Park where Cartman's like, Cthulhu and me! Meow, meow, meow. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, meow.
No.
Yeah, no, I would take Cthulhu on adventures and we would kill Justin Bieber.
That's good.
And, so my number 5, ooh. Now, my number 5 has a toss-up between 3. It's Game of Thrones, Harry Potter, and Middle Earth. Because Game of Thrones, I mean...
That's a toss-up?
Yes. I mean, there's...
Again.
You're losing nails constantly. Game of Thrones on the whole, I want to ride a dragon.
Yeah.
Who doesn't want to fucking ride a dragon?
Good stuff in there. Good
Lord of the Rings, Middle Earth. I mean,
That's
who doesn't
everything.
want to fucking just hang out with Aragorn?
That's everything.
And then Harry Potter. I'm a fucking Slytherin.
I mean, yeah, magic. Right.
So, But if I had to choose of the three, I think I could be a wizard in fucking Middle Earth. Gandalf, eat your heart out, buddy. Saruman, fuck you. There's a white wizard. Ooh.
Snitches get stitches.
I wonder if there's a black wizard in Middle Earth. And I'm not talking about like Leroy the fucking magician.
There were
Like,
five. There were
practitioners of black magic.
No, well, they're
Leroy the magician.
they were Maiar spirits, and there was the Istari. That's where they were a race called the Istari. And they were Maiar spirits, which were like demigods. And Sauron was one, and Saruman and Gandalf and Radagast the Brown. And then there's
He was the one with the rabbits that pulled his.
Yeah. He's the hippie that just stays out there.
Yes.
He's
like, fuck y'all,
yeah,
I gotta ride.
He doesn't get involved. And then there's another one that I think his name was, don't quote me on that, but I don't think was name dropped in the whole thing. But there's mention of the exact number of them, but there's not names for all five of them, I believe.
Yeah, because I don't want to be like one of the fucking...
No, Sauron, that's not Sauron, it was Melkor, because Sauron wasn't, he was Maiar, but he wasn't an Istari. He was just a Maiar spirit, but he wasn't one of the Istari. He wasn't a wizard. So we're only actually given the names of 3, and there's 5.
Yeah, so I wouldn't want to be a
That's right.
Lich King, you know, one of those. I would definitely want to be
Not one
a
of the
practitioner. I would want to be...
You don't want to be corrupted by the rings.
No.
You don't want to be, they don't want to be corrupted.
No. So I wouldn't be a Sauron either, even though he created his own ring.
It'd be pretty cool to be a Balrog. I mean, not much is going to fuck with you.
I said Gandalf with the fucking
But
you
what do-
cannot pass.
What do Balrogs do? Like, you just end up in a cave for 5,000 years, like a whole age. What do you do?
Until this old man
Do you
comes
think-
along and you're like, hey fucker, I
You
want
think
to walk there.
I think he was just down there watching his stories, and he's like, God, what's all this fucking noise? Hey!
Trying to watch this PBS special, fuckers.
Fuck! Oh, come on, don't go on the bridge. I just swept it, you asshole.
I told you no.
Yeah, what's that?
And then, you know, this little white fucking bearded motherfucker comes along. You cannot pass, even though fucking
Motherfucker, this is my house. Don't tell me what I can do in my house.
Ian McKellen fucking totally screwed up that line, and they still let it go because it's "you shall not pass" is not the line. It's "you cannot pass" is the
But-
line. But they're like,
It works so much better the way that
Fucking,
Ian McKellen said
Before
it.
he smote
God.
his ruin upon the mountain.
Peter
It
Jackson
works.
was like,
So much
Keep
better
it.
the way that he says it.
keep it. I love it.
It works better.
Even though
You
how
shit.
fucking amazing is the director of Lord of the Rings, Peter Jackson, is the same one that did Dead Alive.
Ho! He's the same one that did Meet the Feebles.
If you haven't seen Meet the Feebles or Dead Alive, watch them, and then you'll realize that's the motherfucker that made Lord of the Rings?
Yeah, Dead Alive. Dead Alive is a good one to start with the weird Peter Jackson rabbit hole.
Oh, yes.
Go with Dead Alive first. Meet the Feebles is kind of like jumping into the swimming pool when it's like in the winter. Like,
Speaking of weird fucking movies, who here has seen Human Centipede? Anybody?
No.
The what?
You haven't? Human Centipede?
Oh, yeah. I'm good, fam. I mean, I saw it.
I had a client.
I had
who
no idea.
Not my cup of tea.
I had a client who used that as a talking point. The fact that he had seen Human Centipede, and I was like, you might want to stay away from like Human Centipede as like your foray into horror.
Alright, so those are the
Human
five,
Centipede fucked up.
those are the 5 fantasy worlds that we would open up and live in. Can we think of anything else as a closing argument? As a closing argument, what would you use your power for?
As a what? As a closing argument?
As a
Like-
closing argument.
Generally speaking,
Anything that we've missed over an hour of
make it
I like the South Park episode where everyone found out everybody's browser history at once. Like, that was fantastic. That would solve some shit real quick.
I don't want everyone to know what kind of porn I look at.
You're gonna know what kind they look at. And here's the thing. I know you look at porn, and I know you look at porn. You know I look at porn, and I'm not going to kink shame y'all because y'all are real and open about it. It's all those fuckers out there that are telling us we're living wrong, that are looking at the really
those ones that are like
lesbian porn.
Those who are like LGBT people shouldn't get married, but at the same time, those are the same motherfuckers that are getting arrested for having sex with the same sex, but they're underage.
Every time.
Every fucking time.
Or even not underage. Like, dude, it's okay if you're fucking gay. Or pan or bi or what the fuck ever, man. Just accept that shit. What the fuck?
You're closing.
I would use it to better humanity. Like, I think humanity is fucked up. I want to make it better. I think that I can make humanity better.
You already covered that.
I'm just saying, that's my goal.
That's your closing argument.
That is my goal. I want to make humanity better because humanity's fucked up. And I know this because of my job.
The unfucking.
Yes. That's what we're going to call it.
The unfucking.
The unfucking.
Before I fucked off the rest of the universe and said, humanity, I'm done with you. I'm bored. We've had our fun. I would implant into everybody's mind that you're the only racist human race.
Thank you. That would be nice.
And then fuck off.
Just get rid of the whole concept
of racism.
Yeah.
Because it's
tribalism is still there in a sense. I mean, because I love Neil deGrasse Tyson and Bill Nye when they're like, there's no such thing. Okay, there is racism, but it's an offspring of tribalism. Because there's one race. It's the human race. That's why I wish Brent or Brandon or Buddy was here. Because they'd be like, no, I can totally dig. Or they'd be like, no, this is where I disagree. But I would be like, no, there's the human race. We have different hues. We are different colors. We are human.
We all, like,
fuck off.
In different places.
We are all fucking gorgeous. We are all beautiful. Fuck each other and be happy.
That'd be one.
Right?
Yeah.
And that's my...
Snap everyone's clothes away. Be like, there you go. Mystery's gone. Fuck off.
Yeah. I mean, you all have your preference. You either like bigger people or you like...
Everyone's gay.
People. Yeah, you're all fucking pan.
Everyone's pan.
Yeah.
Because, oh my god, I don't understand how everyone isn't pan.
Pretty sure... I thought for sure that would have been yours, but mine is, hey...
There's not enough lube.
I don't want to make everyone pan... But I don't understand people who aren't pan. Like, how does it matter? Like, why the fuck does it matter?
I basically make people comfortable with their choices.
Why does it
matter? And the rest of everybody be like, oh, okay, so you're into that? Cool. Knock yourself out. You're not hurting anybody. You're not hurting anybody else. Or there's all consenting. You're not, there's nothing involved. Like, even though people have harped on furries, I mean... To some level, this is the only line where I'm like, kink shaming.
We don't kink shame, except furries.
This is getting really fucking close. This is really close. Because like furries, I'm like, okay, so this is people dressing up as animals having sex with each other. As animals. So this is people having sex with animals.
It's just
really fucking close to.
That's the cosplay thing, yeah.
I mean, I know there's humans in those costumes, but it's like you're fantasizing about having sex with animals.
You make it be crazier.
Not really.
So, but you're not actually having sex with animals, so okay. As long as you don't cross that line.
Now, does that mean you're attracted to squirrels, or are you just like pretending to be one?
I mean, so as long as you don't cross that line, you're actually, humping a pork. Giggity.
They have corkscrew dicks. Did you know that?
Yes.
16-inch corkscrew dicks.
Ew.
Yep.
No.
Yep.
Not about that life.
Neither.
So yeah, no, that would be my whole thing. You're into what you're into, and fuck it.
Mm-hmm.
So, well, other than that, you got anything?
No, I think that's pretty much it. Like,
I think that was a good 100th episode. We covered a lot of shit with the power and whatnot. And, Oh my god, the power though. That would be so awesome.
I mean, it would be. It's kind of like an unlimited, like, how far can your imagination take?
Oh yeah, I would go through easily like probably a few years of just waking up every day and creating like, okay, Earth today is going to, everyone can fly.
Waking up?
Yeah, we can all fly. We can all
Wait,
fly.
I wouldn't fucking sleep though.
Or, the ground's made out of marshmallows and chocolate and s'mores and Candyland. And everyone talks like Arnold Schwarzenegger today. All of us. This fucking crazy. It's bullshit.
S'mores are overrated.
Sorry.
Other than that, like.
Yeah, we got to go, fam.
Yeah,
Sorry.
fine. No, that's
I
the end of that
understand
fucking discussion.
Like, so I did not have my first s'more until I was married to Harry. And
We have legitimate
So it's
s'mores
your
actually.
fault? What'd you do? Did you fuck up her first s'more?
Nope.
Harry?
Well, I didn't do it. I let her do it.
It was not all it was cracked up to be. It was like, what?
All right. Now, in all fairness, the act of making a s'more is a little logistically kind of crazy. It's not really safe.
Which
it's
is
sticky,
funny
It's
because
a lot.
that same night is
It's a lot
the
of risk
first time
to
she
pay off.
actually took a piss in the woods.
Hey.
That was a lot of first for her. Because she was like, I gotta go pee. And I was like, the house is a couple miles that way. And she's like, what do I do? And I'm like,
You got 2 acres of toilet back there.
There's a embankment down there with some trees and next to a creek.
You got a ravine
Fucking
situation.
you.
You gotta do a little air dry, a little
Fuck
shaky,
you.
shaky. And she was like,
Fuck you.
what do I do? And I'm like, shaky,
Fuck
shaky.
You.
Don't wipe with the triangle leaves.
Fuck you.
The three first. Don't.
Anyway,
Anyways, other than that.
will you grab my thingy because I forgot it?
Oh. You happen to have that regular
I know.
memorize that?
I do not. Alright, so that is all that we have for today. Our 100th fucking episode. Be sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. Watch us on YouTube and listen to us on Google Play, Google Podcast, iTunes, Stitcher, Player FM, TuneIn, or SoundCloud. There's also the website with our videos, which you totally want to watch because we're goddamn hilarious. And our website has our videos, our episodes, and a store where you can get my face on your tits. Also, his face on your tits. But his face isn't as, impressive. You want my face on your tits. So, it also has our videos, our episodes, and a store where you can get my face on your tits. And, of course, Patreon, where we appreciate your patronage. Fuck you, Harry. And so, Harry, what about our unofficial sponsors?
Our unofficial sponsors can always be found on our website, and the links are in there. There's Buddy and Brandon, there's Samantha Spooky, there's Josh's Coin Rings, there's Rick's Comic Cities, and Carol's Crusade Creations. All their, whatever they do is in there. But other than that, thanks for listening, everybody. Good night!
Bye!